Hey, welcome to our Stay Connected webinar for this week. I see it's 12 o'clock. There's still some folks joining, but we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm Kim Larson with the 21st Century Community Learning Center After School Program. And on behalf of all of the Get Connected conference partners, I'd like to welcome you to this week's webinar. We are really excited today to have Courtney Schaardt with the Nebraska Ag in the Classroom program. And she's going to share some of their great resources that they have available. I would like to first acknowledge our conference partners: Nebraska Department of Education, the 21st Century Community Learning Center program, Nebraska Extension, Click to Science PD, and Beyond School Bells. We are really thrilled to be able to bring these weekly webinars to you. So thanks again for joining us. And Courtney, go ahead and take it away. Thanks again for being here. We're really excited to see what you have to share.
All right, perfect. Well, hello everyone. As she mentioned, my name is Courtney Schaardt, and I work with the Nebraska Farm Bureau Foundation. And so I get to work with the Nebraska Ag in the Classroom program. And through that program, we have a lot of different resources available. And so if you can see my screen right now, there are a couple of questions on the screen. If you get a chance anytime throughout this session, if you want to comment on these in the chat box, that would be helpful for me, just as we're kind of moving through this time as well. So one of the questions is, how are you connecting with students and families during this time? And the second one is, are you looking for summer activities, and what do those look like in your mind? So good questions to just kind of think about and throw in the chat box if you have some answers, and I'll be looking at those as we're going through. So a little bit about the Farm Bureau Foundation and what we do. Through the Ag in the Classroom program, we equip teachers and students with information about agriculture. And so we do this through a variety of different programs and resources that we have available. Ag in the Classroom is a national program. There's one in all 50 states. And we all work together to develop resources to engage with students. And so as you can see in these pictures, that's done through a lot of curriculum. The little girl with the farm in a glove at the top, we develop a lot of hands-on activities like that. We also have virtual field trips or different programs available for students to participate in and to watch. And then we also do in-person and virtual visits into classrooms and programs. And so we have 2 educational specialists on staff who travel the state and cover the state and work with those students to provide that message with them. And so some of the resources I want to share with you kind of start out with our camp and club kits. So we have a few different ones available for as a resource. The first one we're going to look at is called Food Matters. It's for kindergarten through 2nd grade, and it allows students to explore the 5 food groups and what state-grown foods fit into each group. It makes a local connection to good nutrition and a healthy lifestyle. And so I think I can share, let's see. Okay. Stop sharing that, and I'm going to share my other screen with you. All right, so you should be able to see this lesson plan pulled up in front of me right here. So here's an example of what the Food Matters kit looks like. So if you were to pick this up, this is an example of lesson 1 that's available. And so it does have those state standard connections. It gives you an overview of the lesson and the series. And then it kind of gives you a snapshot of what's going to happen in the activity. And so what I love about this is it lays out all of the materials you would need for this activity. It gives you a connection to agriculture, and then it shares some procedures of how you would actually walk through this activity. So this is set and ready to go. It's scripted out for you to kind of get some background so that you could lead this, but it is all right there with some vocabulary. There's an interest approach, and there's your learning activities. And so those are all available for you to get. And so these are available on our website, which is nefbfoundation.org. And these can be found under the Educator tab and then Camp and Club Kits. And so you'll see them right here. And here's the Food Matters for kindergarten through 2nd grade. And so you can see there are 8 lessons in this kit that are available for you to use. And they do have PowerPoints that have been developed. Even if you don't use the PowerPoints, what I like about them as an educator is it gives me some background at least to know what I'm teaching in this lesson. Our education specialist, Brooke, created these for us, and they have notes in the PowerPoints of what to say per slide. It really guides you through that lesson and could help walk you through any one of those. Whether you have ag knowledge or not, they are pretty easy to pick up. And so the second one I would like to show you is called Dirt Detectives. And so Dirt Detectives is a great fit for 6th through 8th grade. And what it does is students investigate population growth in the world and develop a plan to grow more food on a shrinking amount of soil. And so just like the other lesson or kit that we just saw, it has 8 lessons available along with those PowerPoints, and they look exactly the same. So they all start out the same with a purpose, that standard connection, materials you would need for each lesson, and then the procedures of how this works and how you would lead this activity. And so this one specifically has that hands-on interactive piece using Play-Doh, and you use the Play-Doh to figure out how much of the earth is available to grow food on. And so it walks you through how to use those fractions and how to continue cutting away at the Play-Doh to figure out how much land is available for students to use. You might have seen this before. This is a fun activity. I've seen it done with an apple before. Play-Doh we've just found is a lot easier with your kids, not giving them knives. All right, so as we head back to the PowerPoint, some other resources I wanted to go through are some of our virtual resources we have right now. And so as you're on our website, we have this new tab for virtual learning. And so this will not go away, but we have a lot of different experiences available. So the one I want to touch on is called Guided Opportunities. And so as you click on that one, you're going to find opportunities similar to those camp and club kits. So we have this new resource called Lunchbox Mysteries. And so Lunchbox Mysteries focuses on different foods that we grow here in Nebraska, and there are 5 different videos. So if we click more, it will take us to another landing page that shows us that state standard connection in these different activities, but it talks about food groups and it talks about ice cream. And then they all have that hands-on activity that goes with it that's fun to do. So for this one, you can do ice cream in a bag, and all of those materials are materials that you should be able to find at home or easy to get. Nothing that we really have to send people out for. There's a popcorn activity, peanut butter and jelly, and then an edamame activity for soybeans to learn about those. And so each one has that video that takes you there. And all of the videos are free to watch, but they're usually 5 to 8 minutes long, easy to get to, easy to access. And our education specialist, Brooke, walks through them and just talks about some of the different things that are available and a part of this. Brooke is a past teacher in the classroom, and so it's a great connection for her to share. We'll see those pieces. And then she talks about doing the activity popping popcorn in this one. So you can get the popcorn on the Cobb kit. You can order it from the Ag in the Classroom store and do that at home, or you can just pop your own popcorn at home as well. Again, resources that are easy to find. So as we go back to self-guided opportunities, we also have some available for 3rd through 5th grade. And so these ones, their focus is truly ag, but touches on different topics. And so it also has a learn more, and these are videos for students because of the higher grade level of 3rd through 5th. The videos are anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes long. They do get longer at this age level, but the activities and how to do them in the video. So there's activities for pollination. This one is the one with the Play-Doh and talking about what we grow here in Nebraska. We have farming involved, futures markets, edible plant parts, what parts of the plants do we eat? And then making corn plastic at home and learning about the corn that we grow here in Nebraska. And so those are all resources that we have available. And as you can see, all you do is you watch a video and it pops right up. Everything on our website is free for anyone to use and to access, and doesn't require access codes or anything like that to get into there. As we go back to some of these self-guided opportunities, we have a lot of free resources available that can be used. My American Farm and Journey 2050 are apps, and they are games. And so My American Farm is really a great fit for pre-K through 5th grade learners. Journey 2050, the youngest I suggest going is 8th grade. It's definitely more of a high school level, higher level learning, but they focus on agriculture, but use everyday concepts to connect to youth. So you can see in this My American Farm, there are comics available, there are lesson plans and activity sheets and coloring sheets. Journey 2050 is definitely a little more on the educational side with the lesson plans that it has, really connecting to the economy and to our world sustainability and environmental impact. Let's see, some Acknowledge quizzes. These are just fun quizzes to kind of do at home. And then we're currently doing an activity called Show Us Gus at Home. And so when you click on Gus, what we're doing is anyone who's using any of our lesson plans or activities, if they print Gus out and take a picture with him at home, showing us they're using or learning about agriculture, we're doing a drawing and giving away 24 free books to families. So just kind of a fun piece to do and to get students involved. Let's see. As we go back and we go to some live experiences, lots and lots of videos available right now. We have a farmer reading the book right this very minute out in their field. We've done a Facebook Live at a pig farm, and we had people ask us questions on Facebook. That recording is now available. We've done Farm in a Glove at Home, and so where you plant seeds in a plastic food service glove, typically an activity we do in person, but now is something that they can watch on this video and then follow the picture updates to learn more about that. This one is handy, it's all in one place. If you use it to work with students, there's a scientific journal, and then you can watch the video from the day and then view the photos and watch how that plant has grown over the course of 12 days. And so those are things that are available to use and to watch. I think the only one I missed on live experiences is we just did a Facebook Live corn planting. And so there's videos out there to watch for corn planting. Resources that are super fun to use, you know, at any time of the year is under educators and supplemental materials. These are going to be posters that are available for you to use. So we have these posters, you can download them as JPEGs right now, or you can send a message to our office and just say the program that you're with, and then we'll send them to you for free in the mail. So there's beef A to Z, pigs, soybeans, and corn A to Z, and those feature the items that come from those products. To learn a little bit more about that, we have posters on Nebraska specific facts, and then we have a My Plate poster to talk more about the My Plate guidelines. Some other things that you could order, we do have a limited amount of beef readers left, but it's just a great weekly reader style magazine for students to learn more about beef cattle. And then while we're talking about weekly reader style magazine, we can go to AgMag. And AgMag is a resource we have available. So there are 6 issues of AgMag for you to learn more about different parts of agriculture and different topics. And they all feature real people. And so what I love about this is you can view these online as well. And they take a little bit to load because they're pretty big files, but once they're there, these are all interactive online. And so you can check the check boxes right here to complete those activities. It gives you notes of what to do on how to use a separate piece of paper. Here it wants you to connect the years. And so these have all been developed within the last couple of years. And so all of the data is up to date, it's accurate, it's relevant. And what I love is that it features real people from Nebraska all over Nebraska. So you'll see Omaha, you'll see Butte, York, and Sydney. So really a good representation just on this page right here. But it really does feature people from all over the state for students to learn. Okay. So those are the resources that we have available to use. There are so many different things that you can reach out to and find and use. And so what I'm wondering now is I'm looking at the chat boxes just to see how you guys are delivering your messages and how you're connecting with students and kind of what this programming looks like at this time. And it looks like we have a lot of different ways. Some are doing in person, some are doing social media, some are doing bi-weekly Zooms. That's really cool. So these resources are all available to you to use. Are there any questions about any of the resources that I walked through?
Go ahead and unmute yourself if you'd like to ask Courtney a question, or you can type in the chat box.
Absolutely. Let's see.
I'm really amazed at the wide variety of resources that you have and how professional they look. The photographs are beautiful, and the fact that they're all available for free is amazing. I made a couple notes. The farmer reading the book in his or her field. I've got to check that out. The Facebook Live corn planting, Farm in a Glove, the posters, Beef Readers Magazine, all of those look really intriguing. And our folks might want to just share them with families directly in addition to the different ways they connect.
Absolutely. I think the only other thing I could add to that is if you are interested, on our website, we do have a monthly newsletter. And so every month I send out grant opportunities. There are different resources available, all of the new things that are coming out, we're putting there. It's really helpful to see your guys's chat information and see how that you are delivering those programs, especially right now in this time as we're kind of going through all of this together. We're trying to find ways to help you as well. So if anyone has input, you'd like to share in a message, my information is available. Feel free to reach out to me. We'd love to figure out how we can get resources to your families and to your students to help them during this time.
That's great. Do you mind if we post your email address along with the recording of this webinar on the Stay Connected site?
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay. Well, if there aren't any other questions, I really want to thank you, Courtney, for all of your work and for sharing all these wonderful resources with our folks. Jan, do you mind pulling up the Stay Connected site? And I just want to remind people where they can find the various webinars that are available to view, upcoming webinars, and then the way to access a certificate. Our team member, Sherry Landis, is all caught up with certificates, issuing those via email as of May 1st. So if you submitted a request for a PD certificate after May 1st, you'll have to wait for the next round. But if you have a question about a certificate that you submitted a request for, and just go ahead and email me and let me know. So on the main Stay Connected page, you'll see where a hot link to sign up to receive information about the webinars. Please fill out this form, and Jan, you don't necessarily need to click on it. But down in the bottom part of that box, this is where you'll report your participation in the webinar. And that's if you join live or if you watch a recording of a webinar, you'll still receive that 0.5 hours of PD credit for your participation. We're almost caught up with posting recordings for webinars. I think we're up to last Friday. So all but one, now two with Courtney's, we have recordings posted. So you can let your coworkers or families know, because maybe families would want to access one of these directly. But so for example, digging in the dirt, Marcia did that for us last Thursday. And you'll see just in the heading, there's a hot link to her recording. And any handouts that folks ask us to post, you'll be able to find there. So archived webinars would be all of our past webinars that we've done. And then of course the upcoming would be today's and then on into the future. So we are still planning on having these webinars every week for you. Next week, we're excited that we have Becky Barnard with UNL, Nebraska Council on Economic Education, joining us. Her session's called Investing in Your Future. And I've been around a long time and I still learn so many really important things from Becky, and the importance of starting early to teach some of these personal finance skills. So we're really excited about that. So you'll see the entire list of upcoming webinars. Let us know if there's a topic you're interested in learning more about. We can certainly look for exciting speakers to share content on that topic. I think those are all the announcements I wanted to remind you about. Sandra, Jan, anybody else have anything they'd like to share?
Kim, this is Jan. There is a comment in the chat. The Mizzen webinar was not on the certificate list as of last night. Did that one happen after the end of the month?
That yes, well that's the one that we still need to close caption to get the recording posted. So we'll have that up soon, and I'll remind Sherry then to be sure and add that to the certificate list. You can go ahead and submit a request for a certificate anytime, so we'll make sure we get that one added. That was an additional webinar, not on the original schedule, so thank you for that comment. Any other questions? Well, we are really excited that you could join us today. And Courtney, thanks again. We really appreciate all the time that you spent preparing and all the really wonderful, engaging resources that we can access.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. All right, well, thanks everybody. We'll look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks for staying in touch.